Hi there, Cassie here with Flourish Health Coaching. In this video we are going to make tacos, and as you can see I got a head start in browning my beef so that way you don't have to sit here and watch that whole process of the beef browning. But while we let this finish cooking, we are going to make our taco seasoning. So how I make my taco seasoning is I just grab a small bowl to put all the spices in. So we're going to start with our chili powder, and we want to add 2 tablespoons of our chili powder. So I'll add those first. We have 1 and 2. Then we'll do our salt and pepper, and we want a teaspoon each of our salt and pepper. So we'll grab our salt first, put a teaspoon of that in, and then a teaspoon of our pepper. All right, the next ingredients we have here is our paprika. So we're gonna do a teaspoon of the paprika here. We want a teaspoon of the oregano. And then we want 2 teaspoons of our cumin. So we'll put both of those in there. And then we're going to do a half a teaspoon each of our garlic powder and our onion powder. And those are the last spices that we're going to put in here. Half a teaspoon of our onion powder. And we'll give our beef another stir here. All right, just about cooked. So let's be about 30 seconds to a minute, and then our beef will be cooked. And while that's finishing up, we're gonna stir all of our spices together to create that nice taco seasoning. Now, a tip that you can do when making taco seasoning is make a large batch and store it in a mason jar. That way you don't have to get all these ingredients out, all the spices out every time you have it pre-made. And then you would just use a 1/4 cup of this taco seasoning every time that you made tacos. So that's something I like to do to save time on busy nights. So we have that nice and stirred. And it looks like our beef is cooked well here. So now what we want to do is we're actually going to add a 1/4 cup of filtered water. We're gonna throw that in there. And then we're gonna dump all the seasoning in. So dump our taco seasoning in and stir this all up. And what we wanna do is get this to a nice boil, and then we're gonna turn our heat down to medium-low and just let it simmer and let the beef absorb all that taco seasoning flavor. So we'll get it nice and stirred here. This smells so good. Who doesn't love taco night? All right, so now that we have it all stirred together, we're gonna turn that heat down to medium-low, and we're just gonna let that simmer and let those flavors absorb. Now I wanna show you what it looks like to use either romaine lettuce or red cabbage or butter lettuce as a shell instead of using a flour or corn tortilla. So I have my organic romaine lettuce here. So I'm just gonna take this, and all you do is honestly, you just find the outer layers and you just peel from the bottom. And you get the most sturdy pieces that you can. And it's just finding where the next piece is here. I try to avoid ones that have rips in it, because then all of your taco meat and toppings will fall out. So we're gonna find some good ones. Like this one is perfect. I like the little ones here like this. Here's another great one. Oh, this one has a rip, so you do have to be careful with that. We're just gonna continue to rip these off as our flavors are absorbing. And that's what it looks like to have those shells. And then all I do is just fold it in half, and I just put my taco meat and then my toppings on. So that's what the shells look like. This is looking and smelling good. You can let these flavors absorb as long as you want. It can be as short as 2 minutes, as long as 10 to 15 minutes. It's totally up to you. So then I just scoop my meat into my romaine taco shells there, And then add any toppings you want, from diced tomatoes to salsa to red onions, avocado, organic sour cream, grass-fed shredded cheese, and whatever you want. Get as creative as possible. So I hope you enjoy this, and I will let you get a closer look of this here. But it looks yummy, and then there's my shells right there. I hope you enjoy.